Understanding the inherent mistakes in BPA 2019 NFL mock drafts for the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans are a good football team, and when you look at them on paper the holes aren't as glaring as people expect them to be. For Tennessee, the needs are subtle but important. On offense, they have Corey Davis and the potential of Taywan Taylor, but they still need more. While Taylor Lewan is a star and Jack Conklin and Dennis Kelly should be on the field at all times, the middle of the OL is inconsistent at best and bad at worst. Defensively, the Tennessee Titans have Harold Landry and Sherry Finch, two rookies who looked really good in flashes this year and should have an even bigger impact next year. In fact, even their third edge Kamale Correa showed some flashes as someone who could be good in year 2 with the Titans. However, to make this defense truly great they need more off the edge after a disappointing year rushing the passer. Harrell Casey is everyone's favorite Tennessee Titan and his impact when he is on is unmistakable. However, he just has to eat so many double teams, and while there are some highly drafted names beside him, no one takes advantage of that or helps him out. The Titans need more help inside on the DL. While these needs ring loudest, it is often another position that gets attention in the first round for the Titans. It is the same one that has been getting attention for years, even though it really isn't a need. Most, not all, but most people doing mock draft tend to use the Tennessee Titans as a dump-off point to put players they like in the first round. More and more you are going to see Tennessee as a spot for the lesser-valued positions like guard and tight end. I'm not saying that those aren't needs at all. What I am saying is that if the Titans want to beat the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans and win the AFC South, they can't afford to take luxury picks like that in round 1. I can hear some of you already, but Will, the Colts took a guard and look how much better they are now. Let me start off by saying, Quentin Nelson is a really good guard. He looks like he is going to be an impressive player going forward. However, the Colts aren't that much better just because they have a new guard. They are better because they got an all-pro guard, hired an incredibly impressive OL coach who is probably one of the top 5 to 10 in the NFL, found a gem at right guard, got back their star center Ryan Kelly. They hired an offensive-minded coach whose offense allowed for quicker passes, more runs and less QB hits. Oh yeah, and they got back their Pro Bowl QB, healthy for the first time in 2 or 3 years. It is too simplistic to look at their first-round pick and say that is why the offense is so much better. It was the culmination of a lot of factors. So, with that out of the way, let's get back to the Titans. Where the Colts roster was so barren last year that they had to grab any talent that they could find, the Titans actually have players at those undervalued positions like Tay, IOL and safety, so that it won't make them markedly better to grab the best player available, or BPA. No, even if it isn't technically the player with the highest grade, they have to patch the holes they have and try to add players who are going to be able to help them win the division. That is why drafts like this one from Mel Kiper tick me off just a little bit. Tennessee Titans take TJ Hawkinson, Iowa. This might not look like a need on paper, but Delanie Walker is 34 and missed most of the season after a severe ankle injury. Hawkinson can be a weapon. He is an all-around tight end, an excellent blocker and a good pass catcher with a big 6'5", 250-pound frame. The Titans will keep a close eye on playmakers for Marcus Mariota. Listen, I love Hawkinson. He is definitely BPA on my board so far if the draft falls like this. But this team next year will have Delanie Walker, Jonnu Smith, who improved at the end of the year, Luke Stalker, and Anthony Firkser. That is a Pro Bowler with plenty of serviceable talent behind him. I am alright rolling the dice on that position and spending the first-round draft pick on someone else. More from Titan size just on my board. Here are the 3 candidates I would have taken instead: Montez Sweat edge, Mississippi State Christian Wilkins DL, Clemson Marquise Brown WR, Oklahoma. I have fringe first round on all of those guys and a pure first round grade on Hawkinson. So while BPA sounds good, I think all 3 of those players give the Titans a better chance of winning games next year than Hawkinson. Ultimately it comes down to what you think the draft is. Do you think the draft is an opportunity to add the best pure player and make your team as talented as possible? Or do you think the draft is to help you make your team whole and more ready to win games? I understand both thoughts, but as far as the Tennessee Titans go at this point in the John Robinson era, it is time to switch gears to push for championships and division titles, not just having the best players you can find.